Hello and welcome to this episode of Point Counterpoint, the first such episode after, one would say, a historic Lok Sabha election. Historic not in terms of the results per se, because last time also in 2022 it was, in 2019 it was 1-1 and it's been 1-1 again this time. But of course there are a lot of takeaways from these elections, a lot of lessons to be learnt, and a lot of factors that made the results the way they actually were. On the face of it, of course, Shripad Naik won by a massive margin. And in the South Goa seat also, I think Captain Viryat Fernandez, a new face, pulled off a phenomenal victory given the kind of opposition that he had, the fact that the entire might of the BJP was behind his rival candidate, who also was a new candidate, Pallavi Dempo. The fact that the Prime Minister and himself did a meeting in South Goa and campaigned there in the Kortali constituency, as it were, and so on and so forth. The BJP, of course, will have some takeaways from this election, some gains in South Goa as well. But by and large, there are two things that came out of at least the first South Goa election, and it was very clear that the Salset vote catapulted Viryat Fernandez. But at the same time, if we look at certain number of votes that he got from the non-Salset constituencies also, one can realize that he got almost over a lakh of votes from the non-Salset areas also, which actually helped, because even if he had swept Salset and done badly on the other side, he wouldn't have got. North Goa again was a one-way show completely, but here also we need to look at certain takeaways, because why are we doing this discussion? We are doing these takeaways taking into account what the picture may be in the next assembly election, and that is why these straws in the wind need to be mapped. Even in North Goa, of course, it was Shripad Naik all the way, but one has to take into account that may be so, but it was largely on the back of Mai, Sankli, Poriye, Valpoi and Priol on the other side. Apart from that, the BJP had very narrow leads in, say, San Andre, in Shioli, in Taligaon, in Kumbarjua, and so on and so forth. And they were trailing in Kalangut, Aldona, Santa Cruz. These are places. So anyway, so the issue is we need to look into that. We also need to look into how the BJP has reacted to the South Goa loss and the points that they've made, and so on and so forth. So ultimately we need to figure out which way the mood of the electorate was. And one more important point that we need to flag before I open up the floor to our esteemed panelists is the fact that, I mean, it almost seemed as if there were two elections being fought in Goa. North Goa was one universe, South Goa was another universe. And in a situation like this, almost seemed as if it was a done deal in North Goa. You cannot touch the BJP in North Goa. And in South Goa, with this revived Congress-AAP combination, the Congress also has a lot to hope for, and this victory has given them further hope. And there could be reasons whether this is going to hold or not hold, whether this is going to be the trend or not trends. All these need to be unraveled by all our experts from different parties, different fields. So I'll just quickly introduce. On my left is Rupesh Kamath. He's also he's the social media state convener of the BJP, very senior BJP member, and he's a state executive member of the BJP as well. Somebody who has mapped elections for a very long time. And so welcome, Rupesh, and thank you for taking your time off. Next to him we have Dhiren Fatte. Dhiren Fatte is a grassroots activist in North Goa. Works mainly in the Aldona, Pampurba area, taken up a lot of causes, and he's a people's man in that area, so we'll get a lot of grassroots level inputs from him. My friend Radha Gracias needs no introduction. Radha Gracias is Radha Gracias, but again, we have many hats for him. Let's say political analyst could be one that we will go with today. Rupesh Bab, to start with, I don't have a specific question, but if you could dwell upon some of the points I raised. My only thing that I want to flag is that why does it seem that the BJP cannot be beaten in North Goa, and why does it not manage to win South Goa?
See, firstly, as you said, let us analyze the mood of the people with respect to the Lok Sabha election to the local Goa
Yes.
assembly elections.
Right.
So I would like to say in North Goa, if you see the results, that BJP has got a comfortable or a huge leads in 16 assembly constituencies.
Yes.
And out of the 4 constituencies where Congress got leads, 2 of them, Santa Cruz and Santander,
Yes.
it was a lead of not 2-digit lead, 80 and 76. So Kalangut and Santa Cruz were these 2 constituencies where we considered lead of around 2,500.
Right.
So if you compare the last assembly election in 2022, BJP got 20 seats.
Kalangut, it was a
Yes,
it was a loss of 2,000 votes
Yeah.
almost.
So,
Yes.
but those
Yes.
other two,
Yes.
Santander and Aldona, were less than 100 votes.
Right. Correct.
So if you compare the last assembly election in 2022, where BJP got 20 MLAs elected, if you see this election, South Goa also, out of the 20 constituencies, 11 constituencies we got lead.
That's right.
And we got comfortable lead. 9 constituencies, mainly in Salsed and say Cape,
Correct.
Congress got lead.
Yes.
Of course, they got big leads in these constituencies. But so 11 there and 16 here. So 27 constituencies BJP has got a lead in this Lok Sabha election. Of course, Assembly and Lok Sabha are not the same always, but
Right.
still we have won 27 constituencies this time. So you can say it's the plus 7 constituencies more now. So this shows that the mood of the people is also pro BJP, pro governance. Yes, we have lost South Goa by a very small margin of 13,000 votes. Last time it was around 10,000.
Yeah, less than
So,
10,000 actually.
Yeah, less than 10. It was 9,700.
With Sudhin Davlikar supporting.
Yeah, so plus minus here and there it was,
Yes.
but we have got the maximum highest number of votes in South Goa. We have crossed the 2 lakh votes, so 2 lakh 4,000 votes in South Goa. So this is the first time that we have crossed the 2 lakhs. So I think though we have lost, we have the positives there. 11 constituencies we have got lead, and I think it is a good prospect for BJP in the next coming election.
Yeah. Dhiren, according to you, you work extensively in North Goa. What is the magic that the BJP has in North Goa, which enables it to win in that kind of a manner? Is it because the Congress is totally destroyed? Is it because they don't do? And even as far as people are concerned, also you see there is activism in South Goa, there is little activism in North Goa also.
Yes.
But what I'm essentially saying is that if the same issues are relevant, why does the BJP seem unshakable in North Goa?
Yeah, because Congress actually, the Congress candidate which was in place, actually it was a weak candidate.
Right.
Because see, if you go to see Congress candidate, he was like 35, almost 30 years back he contested for election. After that he was not involved with politics actually. Suddenly like there are like
no, but what I'm saying is that who did the Congress have? I'm saying there's no question of weak or strong. They need to have candidates there.
Yeah.
Even last time also they had a candidate who lost as well. So
yeah, no, that's what in actually if you see in BJP they don't have a proper candidate in North Goa. Because
in BJP, but BJP has Shripad Naik who
no, sorry, this Congress. Yeah,
correct.
Congress they don't have a proper
Yes,
candidate in
right.
North. If you go to see in South, obviously South they have given a right candidate, and that too he was a soldier. And
no, but are you saying that if the Congress had given a right candidate in North Goa, Shripad Naik could have been defeated?
yes, sure.
No, but there has to be some logic to it also, no? In the sense. Okay, but tell me the issue is, see, for instance, a lot of this election, especially in South Goa, was fought on different social topics.
Yes.
Whether you look at double tracking or
Yes.
coal or economics or
Yes.
whatever be the case, there are so many
Yeah.
issues that were being raised, and maybe in South Goa, in Salsa at least it worked.
Yeah.
I'm just saying these similar issues also are prevalent in North Goa as well.
Yes.
Why do these issues not work?
No, because
You are an activist yourself,
Yeah,
so-
right now what happens? See, politics is also like a business.
Right.
So it's like a marketing. When you market your product, now Sripad, this one, Khalap was there. So Khalap actually had the marketing strategies which were there, like he has done a bank frauds and a lot of things were in there. So people like this Sripad Naik who was there, he already contested elections. So there was no other candidates to vote. And in fact, RGP has gained a lot of votes, like almost 8% they have
Correct.
gained a vote in.
Rather, according to you, what are the big takeaways from this election, broadly speaking?
See, answering your first question,
Yes.
in North Goa, you see the Bandari Samaj is very strong. It is concentrated in North Goa. And historically, for whatever the reasons may be, the Bandari Samaj has not accepted the concept of Goa. You see, during the opinion poll, overwhelmingly they supported Goa's merger with Maharashtra. They wanted the destruction of Goa. When it came to language agitation, overwhelmingly they were for Marathi. This is the reality. And the BJP caters to these two instincts. All India nationalist, BJP does not like this sub-nationalism. So I think they fit into the context of
That
the
narrative.
BJP. Yes,
Okay.
it is my experience that the Bandari overwhelmingly is, let's say, anti-Goan. Has historically been like that. They have never accepted the idea of Goa. So this helps the BJP because they have, as you can see, they voted for the BJP en masse in North Goa. En masse.
You are saying there is an en bloc Bhandari concentration.
Hugely,
I'll ask
hugely.
Rupesh about
Yes.
this, but we'll.
It is there in North Goa and they
Right.
voted for it.
Right.
In all these constituencies where they go. Of course, it is not to say the others didn't vote. The others too voted. But this is a huge factor because they are with the BJP. All the leadership people are with them. So that is what happened. Helped. Now in the south, what happens is the BJP was instrumental, very much instrumental in polarizing the south. You see the BJP's politics in all India. Now, for instance, the Prime Minister Modi, shockingly, called the Muslims infiltrators. This is something that no leader will have. 200 million people there are and you call them infiltrators. And we have seen how Muslims have been treated. People have seen how Christians were dealt with in Manipur. So this helped in polarization of the minorities on one side. You didn't need any priest or anyone. I could see that everybody felt that we are under threat, that if the BJP comes, they will trouble us. That is why the Catholic and the Muslim coalesced together, that let us defeat the BJP. And this was done by BJP's propaganda and behavior in all India. There is no local this involved. People read, people follow the press. And when this was seen, everybody's, you see, if you in private circles, "Arey, ye kit kota hai, am tras kota hai," this is what was happening. So people were naturally on one side. Now, second thing is, there is also a large segment of the Hindu population who does not accept this BJP behavior. That is why out of 2,18,000 or so vote that the captain got, at least 60,000 are Hindu vote. This is accepted by all analysts. That is about 25-30% Hindus also voted. So it is not that the Congress won only because of Catholic and Muslim vote. No. Good percentage of Hindus too voted this side. In other words, the secular Hindu voted this side for various reasons. So it would be wrong to talk of polarization of minorities because of some influence by priests or someone, as is being said. That is not the truth. You don't need the priest to tell us what is good for us. We have our eyes open. And ears
See,
open.
Salset continues to become a big challenge. You'll of course win elections, there's no doubt about it. But Salset continues to be a challenge in spite of the fact that you have majority of the MLAs from BJP who are from Salset. I mean, apart from one maybe. I mean, if you take Vijay into account, otherwise Vijay and KP is not Salset anyway. So the issue is that this particular challenge of Salset, whether you call it polarization, whether you call it fear, whether you call it people getting now once this happens and there is a block of 8 or 9 constituencies which are voting heavily on this narrative, how does the BJP overcome this challenge?
See, first of all, BJP went to election based on national issues where we've put forward the positives and the achievements of the central government. Being a Lok Sabha election, our whole campaign, if you see, was about all the development works, the schemes, about how India has progressed in the last 10 years, as far as economy is concerned, as far as national security is concerned, and on the foreign affairs front.
Right.
So we have gone to the people with all this agenda. Secondly, what locally our government has done, and if you see the results, both north and south. In north we have got 2,57,000 votes. In South Goa, we got more than 2,04,000 votes. So we have got with a positive agenda. The difference between North Goa, as our beloved friend just said, it is not about the Bhandaris or any other caste. It is about Hindus are basically secular. All Hindus are secular, and being that some will vote for BJP, some may not vote for BJP. If you see the candidate of Congress was brought from a deep freezer. He was not in active politics for last decade. So we have a candidate from the deep freeze, and he still gets around 1,41,000 votes. So that shows that, as he has admitted, Radharam Baba has admitted that the minorities, whether it is Christians, whether it is Muslims, have 100% voted against the BJP.
Out of fear of the BJP.
Yeah, the fear also can be created. As far as Manipur is concerned, we all know that Manipur was not a religion-based whatever violence happened. It was a tribal which is going on for ages, even before India's independence. And these riots and all these things have taken has been happening for so many years. In fact, in the last 10 years of Modi government, Manipur was quiet. 1 year just before the election, either it has happened just like it has happened in the years before, or it was incited to,
But whatever said that the Manipur impact was...
So the narrative in Goa, the narrative of Manipur in Goa was preached that it is anti-Christians and BJP, don't vote for BJP, and that's why you can see the consolidation, and that's why we have seen some people saying that the priests were against us. Actually, there are so many videos that circulated about priests preaching about Manipur and about asking people not to vote to BJP. So that is one very important thing that has affected in South Goa. If you see the North Goa also, these votes which have got basically from the minority, which Congress has got in North Goa also. So there was a consolidation of vote and polarization of votes. As far as the other part, there was no agenda to vote against any other community. There was no hatred. People decided to vote either BJP or Congress based on what they felt like. So actually, what happened in North Goa is actually what real democracy is, where people voted after comparing both the parties. We have seen a leader of Goa Forward saying that people of North Goa they should be shameful about themselves. He said all filthy things about the voters of North Goa for voting BJP. Now this is not democracy. This is what is I think people should fear about. So I think things were Manipur or other things, fear were put into the minds of the minorities by people who wanted to get vote to a single party.
Tell me, Rupesh, see, after the elections results came out, so one of your party spokesmen and others, and your party president also, said that, look, this election loss in South Goa is due to the activities of the Dharma gurus who actually made certain statements which now let us look into the statement that he may be referring to. I may be wrong. So is that correct? Because
there's a difference. Maybe our president or even our spokesperson, both of them. It is not that we have lost only because of Dharma gurus or any priest preaching. It is one of the reasons that has been assessed, and it is a practical assessment that party has done.
But why do you feel so?
Yeah,
why do you feel so?
There were so many videos circulating, about the priest, preaching not to vote to BJP. So it is, and basically from the vibes and from whatever information we got, it was apparent. In fact, even our state president had visited after he became Rajya Sabha member, visited the Dharma guru of a certain community, where he met and he was not allowed to take photo with him. So I think.
But not being given a photo op should not be seen as
it sent a signal that we don't want to identify with you or some sort. So there was
just a photo op.
Yeah, maybe, but it was denied.
Okay.
So whereas if you see people, whether any other community, Congress, any other party, if you go to any other temple and all, there won't be such things.
I'll one more question, then you can respond to both. Okay, just one last. On this subject only. See, when the Cardinal made that statement, asking people to vote for secular people, the BJP was the first to welcome this statement. The BJP actually said that what he has said is correct, and we are a secular party. The Cardinal has asked for support of this. So at that point of time, they acknowledged the role of a Dharma guru.
No, we have nobody has
Positively, I'm saying.
nobody has accused anybody of anything. What our spokesperson or party president has said is assessment on ground level, which party has said that these people have preached against us,
Okay.
voting for us.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Right, wrong, how and what, we have not said anything.
Okay.
This is our assessment. This is the practical assessment. So it is very, I feel childish that somebody is filing a case against them, saying that communal tensions and all are been hyped by this statement. I think it is an assessment. We have
Okay.
not said anything against any community or any god or nothing.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Radha, your quick response.
See what happens now, as
Yeah.
far as Manipur is concerned, the fact is BJP has the government, the state government, and Modi was at the center. And this violence raged on for months until the whole world took note of it. There wasn't any response from the Prime Minister or local government. Now it was this between tribals and non-tribals, but if you look at the record later, some 200 people have been killed, out of which 85-90% are Christians. To say that it was tribal, how come that only one community is murdered and the others go scot-free? See, finally, the state machinery was used on one side, that much is evident. So therefore, those who are minority feel if it has happened to Manipur, it will happen to us. Now this news was circulated the world over. You did not need the local churches to circulate it. Now, let us also say that the church, we have an official organization headed by the cardinal or the archbishop, and they take the official stand of the church, which, as you have read, has been said. At the same time, there are individual priests. Many of them may have their own opinions and words, and they do it, and I will not say they don't do. I have contested elections, and every time in every church, the church opposed me. Every time I contested, the local priests were not with me. But I took it in my stride. It is their right. You see, they are both priests and they are individuals. So they go and do whatever they want to. I cannot deny that individual priests do play their own roles. I have been victim of it. But I also wish to point out now that this question of Dharma gurus participating, you see, let us go a little beyond the borders of Goa. In Uttar Pradesh, the Mahant of Gorakhnath temple is a BJP leader. He is the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. He campaigned massively for the BJP, and he has been talking very hostile against the minorities, the Muslims there. So the Mahant of Gorakhnath temple can contest elections, can support BJP. It is not an issue. But if some priests support non-BJP, it is an issue. Then don't give tickets to some Mahants men. Yogi Adityanath is a Mahant. Mahant means of a Math. So he has been campaigning, and it does appear that the people don't appreciate Mahant's campaigning, because the BJP lost seats there. They got 33 seats out of 80.
Yeah.
So therefore, there may be some truth in what the BJP says, that Dharma gurus must not interfere. They interfered and they lost seats in Uttar Pradesh. I don't dispute that part.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you check the history of now 50 years, 75 years, if you see in South Goa, obviously South Goa is like out of 16 elections, this is 16th election now. Almost 10 elections have been won by Congress actually. So it's not a question of saying it is a Dharma guru issue.
Oh,
So
you're
most
saying
of the
there is
elections
already
have been won by
But
Congress.
tell me in North Goa, especially in constituencies like Kalango, Taldona, Shioli, where we understand the Catholic population is a little higher. Even parts of
Yes.
Pogori may be the case. But tell me there, see, since you worked extensively there in the grassroots, what was in the people's mind before they made their voting choices? In the sense that, see, there are many people there who would be in the same frame of mind as some people in Salset,
Yes.
perhaps.
Right.
So the issue is that, but how did their decision making play out according to you?
Yeah,
Since you work closely with
yeah,
them.
that's what I'm saying. Like, first thing is like Congress actually people did not have a proper candidate. Second option is like some people voted for Modi.
Right.
It's not for Goan candidate.
Right.
They voted for Modi actually.
Right.
In the name of Modi, some people voted, because there are development which is done by the this thing central government, Modi, which is like roads they have done. A lot of development has been done. But in Goa, if you see, there are a lot of destructions also which is going on, especially in the villages now. If you go to see entire villages like Kamullim, Shualim, Pamburpa, Verem, there are a lot of destructions which is going on. Every people have issues, like every people are coming out of from
But
their housing.
that didn't come into play.
Yes.
Yeah, in elections.
But coming 2027 elections, people are going to show the true faces actually.
Radha, one more thing I wanted to flag on this, which was a very, very big takeaway. You see, this election, one very important thing that has come out is that people decided to defeat the defectors. The issue is anybody who crossed over, and whether you look at Alex Reginaldo is not officially joined the BJP, is supporting it. You have Alex Sequeira, you have Sankar Pamonkar there. I mean, you have name everybody. I mean, if you go back further, even a Movin Gudin is actually a defector because he crossed. I mean, if you go right behind, they were not original Congress people. But even Digambar Kamath, for instance, was taught a royal lesson in Margao. I mean, his win initially, we thought it was 86 votes, but it went up to maybe 900 votes or whatever.
Postal ballot.
Yeah, but whatever be the case, it is as good as he losing his security deposit if that is the margin of victory of a man like Digambar Kamath. So the point here is, in fact, I'll just look at the Margao figures. 11,474 for BJP and 10,151 for the Congress. So it is basically roughly a little over 1,000 votes lead. Now the point is, this is one thing that the people have said, that the candidate might move, but the voters do not move. Now, is this a very big takeaway? And I think, will this actually be a slap on the face of people who decide to defect after promising to the Almighty and God and everybody that they'll not do?
See, this may not exactly be a slap in the face by Congress voters,
right.
At least as far as Margao is concerned. You see, Margao, the news was that BJP would get a lead of 5,000.
Right.
Now, this Digambar Kamath has been playing hide and seek for many terms now. Right. He has gone into BJP, Congress, BJP, back into BJP. All this has happened. And in all this while,
right,
hardcore workers or karyakartas of the BJP have been holding the fort.
Right.
And their principal opponent was Digambar Kamath.
Correct.
But every so many years he joins the BJP, and once again the workers are told to be with him. So from whatever I could see in Margao, a huge majority of the strong cadre of the BJP decided to teach the party a lesson, because you have taken Digambar in without consulting them. You have imposed a candidate also who was not part of the cadre. So I could palpably see that the BJP hardcore have voted against BJP to teach the party a lesson. That's why it has happened.
But that may not be the same case as, say, Nuve or...
no, Nuve and all this. I am talking of Margao in particular.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
But if you look at Nuve, if you look at Kurturi, even say though Sankalp would have got a little lead in Mormugao.
Yeah.
I mean, but that is hardly much to talk about. I mean, okay, 1,000, 2,000 votes. I mean, they can claim victory in those areas. But by and large, this is also the issue is that the heavy defector dominated politicians who were there have not been able to carry their weight.
No, not in the Catholic areas. You see, Catholics generally would not countenance their MLA joining the BJP.
Right.
So therefore, they have massively voted against what has happened.
Rupesh, do you agree that this could have played a part, that the cadre everywhere may not have been completely enthused? And you can even look at Panjim, you can look at Talegaon, you can look at these places also if you want to do it, but mainly in South.
See, I think if you look at the figures, one cannot just generalize the constituencies.
Right. We can look at the figures.
So I feel that you cannot say the defectors were taught a lesson or something. If you see most of at least in South Goa, the areas dominated by Catholic community have voted against BJP. So whether there was a defector there or not was never a question.
No, which obviously means they have voted against the BJP. So the presence of these MLAs who crossed over from the BJP to the for Congress to the BJP did not give BJP any benefit.
No.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it appears from the figures that benefit has not come. But I think that's what has happened, that when Congress or activists or whatever have campaigned by using communal agenda.
Right.
See, even if you consider that if you cannot compare a figure, taking a figure from Manipur saying that certain people were killed, so the figures don't always give you the exact story. But my question is that whether it is national BJP government or Goa government, what bad has the government done to the minorities? I think all the minorities have been taking benefit of all the government scheme. I think everybody is free to practice and follow the agenda in Goa, in the entire country. I think even if some incident has happened in one small part of the country, to say that because of that incident there is a fear that it could happen in Goa, I think this is the agenda which was preached and which was using the social media or other forums.
But
that was infused in the minds of the minorities. We have not see, there may be Dharma gurus who have campaigned for BJP here and there, and neither do we oppose any Dharma gurus to work against us or preach against us. What our statements are saying, that is an assessment that such and such a thing has happened in Goa. We are not saying that they should not work or they should not work. It is the what has happened on ground. Statements have come that this is the assessment that certain priests, certain people have preached against voting for BJP. That was the only part there.
Right.
Whether it was right, whether they should not, we have not commented anything on that. It is entirely their right to do whatever they want. But it is an assessment which is practical and everybody knows it. Today it has come out openly on the media.
Sujoy, what happens now?
Yeah.
See, if you go back few years when Parrikar was leading the BJP in Goa, you just see how many Catholics were with him. So he could carry the people with him. People believed what he said. We were also with him because we felt that Parrikar is a secular person and under him there won't be much problem, and there never were. He considered everybody at par. He never said that talked of reconstructing temples where churches are there. But the present chief minister did it. When you do all that sort of thing, you don't have to tell the Catholics that these are communal. You understand that? Parrikar was a different man, and Parrikar was able to take a huge chunk of Catholics with him to the BJP. That has now gone back. You can check that. So to blame the Catholics is not correct. When your leadership gives a clear-cut message that this is the land of the Hindu, that your temples we are going to reconstruct temples, you set aside 20 crores for that. What is the message that the Catholics get? This is what has happened. So you don't blame the priests. Get your leaders to first not to frighten the minorities by talking nonsense.
Okay. Quickly, switching to other aspects, we've dealt on this enough, but the election was more than this, though this could have been a part. They didn't tell me. See, the thing is, you have made one point repeatedly on the fact that the Congress did not have a candidate, and there was a problem there. But what is surprising is that the North Goa has a lot of young, educated people, and especially, Panjim Panjim is very much a part of North Goa, Panjim, Talegaon, all the big centers, Bapsa, Porvorim, with education institutions, empowered youth, and so on and so forth, and all very comfortably placed, the middle class, upper middle class, rich people, all there. The point here is that, have the young people at least analyzed, that ultimately a change will come only if you manage to get good people into politics from the younger lot. Don't depend on people who are in the deep freeze. Okay, for instance, in South Goa that really happened. South Goa, my point is, whatever said and done, Pallavi Dempo did get a sufficient number of votes, whatever be the case, and a fresh face came in. I do not know if a deep freezer candidate had come in South Goa for the BJP, how much they would have succeeded. Similarly, South Goa as well, in spite of all these factors being there, if there was a tried, tested and failed candidate fielded by the Congress may not have done so well. So the idea here is that the question being is that why do you feel that the Congress or the BJP for that matter, BJP also needs to look into that, because Shripad Naik will not contest elections forever and ever. Why has at least the Congress not managed to create a young, good, vibrant leadership to get into politics in a clean, proper way? And even the people they got, for instance, they got a Michael Lobo, he completely jumped. So they are getting jumpers. But they're not getting you got a Kedar Naik there, he jumped. So I'm essentially saying that you're getting jumpers, but you're not getting real candidates. What is the reason for this?
Reason is like, see, now there are, if you go to see in Congress, like now BJP which is there, that is a Congress party. No,
forget BJP and Congress. I'm talking of society as a whole. Go beyond the political parties. I'm saying that young people in schools, colleges, lawyers, writers, journalists, activists, why are they not getting into it?
No, that's actually a problem actually in Goa. Right now what happens, like a lot of people are getting involved, a lot of people are active. Because if you see 5 years back, nobody was involved in social activities also, neither in protest also, neither in distractions also.
Right.
But now we have seen, like we moved to a different villages, like we have gone to
When you
surely.
say we, you're saying your group.
Yeah, a group from Seva village group we have.
Okay.
So from this group we started moving to Kamulli village. So Kamulli village also there was a destructions which was going on. Then we they also got a stay actually from
Right.
High Court. And
Right.
this is all the frauds which have been done. But we have a senior this thing qualified people. Those who are lawyers also in every villages we have a lawyers. There are scientists also. There are environmentalist people.
But they're not working for any party.
Nobody comes out from their houses actually. That's a problem.
Nobody, you mean the public?
Yeah, public doesn't come out because they have a fear that tomorrow, main thing is like their houses. Everyone is having a fear that tomorrow someone might file a complaint. Police has been sent, false complaints has been filed. So these are a lot of things actually. But now it has been changing. I've seen like not only Goan but young people from outside Chennai, those who are settled in this Goa, they are coming to support in this thing to support in Goa.
Right. Right.
And they want to save the environment. They want to
Right.
save the nature.
Correct. Rather quick question. Let's kind of focus and zoom into you. What I wanted to ask you is that, and of course, I'll address this question to a friend who has just come. I'll introduce him in shortly. Is that this whole bit of getting good fresh people, especially in North Goa? Why has the Congress failed to do that? See, even in South Goa, I'm not saying that South Goa Congress is a great organization. South Goa, with a variety of factors and a fresh candidate, that pulled it through. But I'm saying traditionally this has been a problem.
See, the Congress does not respect its cadre in the first place.
Right.
Now, if you have seen, when elections come,
Right.
they look at something called winability.
Right.
And they pick up the candidate who is most likely to win
Right.
and give him a ticket.
Right.
So, therefore,
Yeah.
tickets are given to the likes of Michael Lobo or his wife, whosoever.
Right.
Then that Santa Cruz, whoever.
Yes. Yes.
Rudolph.
Right.
All these fellows get tickets
Right.
on their winability.
Right.
And once they win, you select them on their ability to win.
Right.
They have a right to feel that we have won on our account.
Right.
And when they go back with lock, stock and barrel.
Right.
And usually the barrel is full of penny also. It's distributed on the way. So this is what is happening. So when the candidate does not feel that the party has got him elected, this is the outcome.
Correct.
That is why this is an opportunity for the Congress to create a cadre and get the members from each constituency to select their candidate. If that happens, I don't see how Congress can lose, or why the candidate selected by the cadre will be able to leave the party.
Right. I welcome Tulio D'Souza, the Vice President of the GPCC. Tulio, very welcome, and thank you for joining us. We've been discussing a lot about your party behind your back. No, but now that you are here, we will throw the questions to you. Quickly speaking, in the sense that we were looking at the takeaways of this election, and we were speaking about what happened in South Goa which propelled you, and then what happened in North Goa which did not propel you. But primarily speaking, let us look at the organization. In spite of Captain Viryat's victory, what are the organizational challenges that you have? Because at the end of the day, you have another election coming up shortly, the assembly elections.
Thank you, Sujoy. And I will break your question into two parts.
Right.
For the simple reason that the parliament election that we just finished
Yes.
a month ago,
Right.
there our organizational abilities were definitely under test.
Yes.
We did find shortfalls at many places.
Right.
But you must understand that there was a little different focus at that particular election.
Right.
The focus was that how to respond and respect the sentiment of the voter at large to see that the BJP was defeated. When a sitting government is to be defeated, all the opposition forces have to get together. Because ultimately a vote against the government has to get united. Now, for that, there was more than meets the eye. You needed to get all the forces of the opposition to be together if the voter sentiment had to be respected. And that's what the Congress, being the largest pan-Indian formation, did. We got all the other groups, smaller parties, and everybody together. We did fail maybe only with the RGP in Goa, for whom we had given a call at the start that they should also join us. But that didn't happen, and let's not go into that now. But there, our organization had to get compromised here and there, because what happens, we had to allow the opposition parties which had strengths in particular pockets to work more than our organizations.
But are you,
So there
are you speaking in reference to South Goa or
compromised.
North Goa right now?
All.
Okay.
All. Because we had AAP, among other parties, we had the AAP, we had the Shiv Sena, we had the NCP.
No, but in North Goa, the issue is whether you fought alone or whether you fought with AAP and others. The lead is so much that irrespective of everything else, there is no, in the sense, you were not even close. So
now
obviously,
let me Sujoy, let me complete that.
Yeah.
Now the other part of that question, which my colleague Radha was hinting at,
yes.
the organizational structure of the Congress, after we have lost power, has got depleted. We know that we have lost 15 MLAs at one go. We lost 8 MLAs. The reasons are manifold, including possibly reasons which Radha has just described. And we need to do some soul searching. We need to do some serious introspection and look where our strengths are, and accordingly put together, build an organizational structure that will not look at the peripherals of only winnability. Winnability in an election does count, and I won't say no, because winnability, ultimately political parties are not service organizations or social organizations. They are political organizations meant to contest an election and win an election. So we need to work on the organizational strength, and wherever we feel that the organizational strength is weak, we need to work on that. There's no two ways about that.
Do you feel that the new set of leadership that is emerging right now, I mean, leader of the opposition, you have a new MP and a lot, do you feel that this new leadership will ultimately be catalyst for rejigging the party?
Yes, definitely. The new leadership is definitely doing a good job. In fact, as has been probably discussed, I could only hear the last panelist giving some few remarks at the just before I came in. And we have seen that the Congress party, despite certain weaknesses, organizational or otherwise, did put its best foot forward and responded to the call of the electorate. And we, I think, did a good job in the circumstances of time, resources and all other matters concerning this election. Because you know, the ruling party was working with a tremendous amount of force, resources, money, power and all other organizations which came to their support. You see, every time the different political parties had even to go to court, including the Election Commission. We had to earlier go to court, some social organizations and advocates had go to court to get the electoral bonds nullified and the data published, which was not coming. Now the people had to go to court to get the data of the election statistics hour-wise published on the website of the commission, which was not forthcoming. Now, why is information which people are entitled to, I'm not talking about only the voter directly, are entitled to, is being held back? This gives rise to a lot of doubts in the minds of the people of why legitimate information is sought to be withheld.
Rupesh, one quick question now, focusing on the BJP. See, though the BJP has won, and there are different reasons why the BJP has won. If we look at Goa, I'm just flagging some of the challenges you may have. You may not take them as challenges, but these are perceptions or real challenges. See, even if you look at North Goa, there is no denying the fact that your North Goa was won vehemently on the strength of 4 or 5 constituencies, which are basically the bastion of one particular leader there. I mean, if you look at Mahe, Sankli, Poriye and Valpoi, the issue is 60 to 70% of the lead was based on one particular leader. Okay, that is one part. Secondly, also, if you look at even in North Goa, in Talegaon you have a challenge, in Panjim you have a challenge, and ultimately one cannot discount the fact that your basic cadre is completely, a little confused in certain places because they feel that their ground is eroding or other people are coming in and so on and so forth. I'm just saying that as a mature party, you'll obviously look into it and understand whether this is true or not and how this can be tackled. Because what happens is, even in your North Goa situation, would you agree that it is dominated only by few powerful satraps in different constituencies who are basically giving the leads to parties holistically?
No, I absolutely disagree.
Okay.
If you see North Goa, let us focus on North Goa.
Yeah.
Though there has been massive leads in these 4 or 5 constituencies, I've again said 16 constituencies we have got comfortable lead in 16 out of 20. 2 constituencies where we have considered lead, it is below 100 votes.
Correct.
So it is not just this whole victory is you can say is attributed only to those 4 constituencies or
those
that area.
4 constituencies
we
were
got
so huge.
We got big
That
leads,
is-
but you
yeah.
convert it into the assembly. It is not about how big lead you get. It is about how many seats you win. So I think 16 plus 2, 18 constituencies we have done fairly well based on organizational support. I think BJP always reviews all polls, before polls, after polls.
Right.
It goes to correct wherever we feel that there is some problem. The organizational setup is there. We have the system, we have the cadre, and we can improvise or even correct the things where we feel that we are little weakened or where
See, it's now the
fallen
sunset
behind.
challenge, whether it is a perception, as you said, perception has been created, or it is real, as Radha said. See, the issue of bringing in the Salset voter, making more inclusive, ensuring that the Salset voter starts kind of being more comfortable with it. Whatever be the reasons, the fact is that the Salset voter is disillusioned. Whether it is created, whether it has been ingrained in them, whether it is genuine, that is again debatable, and of course we can debate on this. But the point is that what does the BJP plan to do to make the Salset voter belong a little bit more and be more inclusive?
See, if you see the past 10 years, even Radharao Bab spoke about Parrikar era. I closely worked with Parrikar ji also, and now also with the current CM. In 2014 also, BJP got 1,98,000 votes in South Goa. 2019, 1,91,000. Now we got 2,04,000 votes. So people have supported BJP fairly well. Calculations in certain constituencies and here and there we have lost the seat, but I think the support of people is there with the present government because of perception that was created. Just now he spoke about the temple issues. I think the CM had categorically said that rebuilding of temple which has been ruined during the Portuguese era. Nowhere he said that we are going to rebuild a temple where church is existing.
But is there a data? Has the archaeological survey of India given the actual data on the...
We have been twisted, and when it is twisted and put in front of the people get illusion.
No, but this was never.
No. I will tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Is a forward-looking country, as a forward-looking democracy, what type of a narrative are we setting in front of the electorate? That we will go back to 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, 500 years? Or are we looking at the voter being disillusioned? Where is the unemployment? Where are the employment avenues? What is the price? What is the price rise? The same party, the same Prime Minister who in 2014 fought tooth and nail from the Ram Leela grounds, addressed massive crowds talking about the weakening rupee at that time. Today the rupee has breached the 85 rupees in a slide which has never been seen before. Today the foreign policy is under challenge like never before when so much of India's land has been ceded to China. You look at the price rise when the commitment was made that the petrol prices which were around 40 or 50 rupees at that time have breached the 100 rupee mark.
Why is the Salset voter agreeing to this and not the Ponda voter? That's my point.
No. Why? I will put the same question to you. Why is the Uttar Pradesh voter disillusioned and maybe the Madhya Pradesh voter not seeing it? Definitely the people where the opposition has managed to set a correct agenda before the people and the correct narrative, the people have responded. And with Uttar Pradesh, you just shift the focus from Goa to Uttar Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh is a case in point, and so is Maharashtra, which is our neighbor here.
But do you feel the Congress has to work?
In spite of fragmenting the opposition, breaking the parties with or without the use of official machinery, calling the breakaway groups the real parties, and calling the real parties as knuckly parties, is the agenda that was set before the people. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm getting into the micro issues.
These are also the issues that have been confronted. The people have been.
Yeah.
What happens is, there must be no misconception that it is the Congress that has won South Goa. Congress has not won South Goa. I am very clear on that. You see, if it was the Congress, they would have lost very badly.
So who won then?
That's what I'm coming to. Fortunately, this time the Congress was there in name, but Congress did not exist as such. You see, Congress was devoid of all the leaders who in public perception are considered as rogues. People don't trust them. It is very fortunate for the Congress that all these leaders who have either joined the BJP or who supported the BJP, like Sardina during election, Francisco Sardina phoned up people to vote for the BJP. I've got recordings. So this is what worked in favor of the people. People realize that minus these leaders, Congress can improve, Congress can change. And it is for this reason that people like me vociferously campaigned for the Congress, something I never did before. I am not just talking of platform speeches. Lot of things which I did because I thought minus all these leaders who had who according to me were not leaders at all.
Correct.
And I saw so many activists. First, because Captain Viriatu was the right choice. He was an activist himself. I saw activists like Zarina Cunha, Edwin Pinto, João Filipe Pereira, John Douglas Coutinho, and host of others coming and working. It wasn't merely the Congress leaders. The absence of the big Congress leaders was responsible for it.
No, I don't agree with what Radhaba. I beg to disagree.
No, but I have
for only one reason, that you cannot discount the fact that it was a Congress-led alliance in Goa that had put up reasonably people-centric candidates that the people had responded to.
The op leadership in Benali and Valley also helped.
Obviously, and because now that Radha traditionally has a Congress phobia is another issue.
No, I am talking of Congress leaders.
But the fact
Congress
is whether the Congress managed
but he supported the Congress, no, this time.
No, I am not talking on his personal. I am talking about the line that we have taken. Whether the Congress managed to bring a new line of leadership to the fore and managed to convince the electorate is another matter. And this convincing of the electorate included Radhabab, who has come all the way in response to this convincing, and so is the Congress manifesto, the Nyay manifesto, and the promises made to the people.
Let me complete. Let me also say that this time in the South, the Congress was in the hands of new leaders. You see, somehow Amit Patkar is someone I had not much known, but I found him to be a committed, capable fellow. Right. He was the live wire. And both Yuri, who comes from a political background, and Alton, a complete novice, these two also, the public associated with them, had high regards for them.
Correct.
Which would not have been the case if all the other leaders were on the platform. If Lucian Valero, Francis Sardina, Ale Siqueira, people would have started abusing them. Because these are the leaders who have destroyed the Congress. That is what I am saying.
Quick response.
I just give a very quick. I think Tulyabab said about Tulyabab. BJP in 2004-5 when Congress came to power after Vajpayee's fall, UPA government was formed with Congress had 143 seats.
Yes.
UPA 2 Congress had 200 odd seats, and UPA 2 government was formed. This current NDA government has 240 BJP seats, which combined with all the India alliance, with all the things they have done in all over the country, wherever they could polarize votes on religion, they did that. Where they could not, they did on caste based polarization. some losses here and there. Still, BJP has got 240 seats, which is much more which Congress had got in both the UPA government. So we actually, the mandate of the people have they have given the mandate to the BJP-led NDA government, and the government has been formed. It will be a very stable government
Okay.
for next 5 years.
Moving back to Goa, we take your point. Absolutely, respectfully, we take your point. But the other issue here is, I'm going back to Goa, and I'm asking a very straight question. See, the idea is that the BJP right now is saddled with a baggage they need not handle anymore. See, for instance, all these defectors who have come and who are especially in South Goa and other constituencies and in many other places, at the end of the day, are you confident that this leadership is going to take you forward?
Party will decide in the coming 3 years whom to go with and all that. That is a continuous process. I think party will assess everybody before the elections, and then the final decision of whom to give tickets and all, but the party will take its own decision. I think as of now, BJP-led government will working, going back to his work of working for the development of the people. I think, as you had said earlier, so what we will do to gain the confidence of, I think party BJP government has always delivered to the people of Goa, not to a particular community. We will continue delivering all development or other scheme to all the citizens of Goa, irrespective of their religion or caste or creed.
Okay, final words. Dhiren, you've been quiet. The idea is that you have fought for a lot of social causes, whether it is 39A, whether there are other causes. According to you, what are the local issues that need to be taken up by the young people and other people of Goa that need to be constantly flagged and addressed?
Local issues, like, see, first thing is to protect the environment. That is conversion of these lands, which is 39A, 17(2), which has been amended by the government. That is one thing. Second thing, we are not getting a proper facilities like health facilities. We are paying the taxes to the government throughout our life, and after 60s also we are not getting that facilities, because I've seen someone called me in the hospital of Bambolim. There is no AC, there is no fan, and it is a maternity hospital where there are pregnant ladies and you are not getting a facilities. So this is not the only thing. There are a lot of scams like Kala Academy. If you see, there are 70 crores for this repair of this
the
Shahjahan scam. So if even it's a basic knowledge. If you are building your house, if you see the calculation of the area, build-up area of the Kala Academy, it's not going to go 50% above that area.
Rather, do you feel that now, in the sense, in the next 2-3 years, do you see a complete Congress revival, or do you feel this revival has to be taken in the context of a unified opposition? Otherwise, the revival may be in fits and starts.
Yeah, I'll answer that. Just before that, I will respond to what Rupesh.
Yes.
You see, he's talked of religious polarization, and I do not doubt that there has been religious polarization over the last 10 years, and it is created in the name of Jai Sri Ram. It was created in the name of Jai Jagannath in Orissa. A party that constantly campaigns on the Ram temple, constantly complains on Ram, has no business to tell the rest of us to talk of polarization. When the very plank of the BJP is Ram, where is the question of non-religious polarization? It is the BJP that has polarized people on the platform of Ram. That is, the whole world acknowledges that. So therefore,
the BJP may have to rethink on that also, because I don't think
they may rethink, but they have done it as of now.
Right.
So therefore, it is their plank. Others will naturally follow. Now, on the issue of Congress, you see, the Congress must take this South Goa victory as a starting point. You see, as a starting point, because now they will realize that the people are there. What was lacked was the Congress organization, that the people had no faith in those leaders that they appointed. And I would expect the Congress to start now, start building their block committees, whatever, in every block, create a working leadership in every constituency. They have an advantage, unlike in the past. Today they have only 3 MLAs. So they need give tickets only to these 3. Maybe Vijay as a 4th fellow is being with them. 36 vacancies. So if they start thinking now, over the next 3 years, they can build up their block in every constituency, get those members to elect from among themselves a candidate and field him. I'm pretty sure this will work fine if the Congress does it. But if they again wait for winning candidates who pay money to the party president, as happened in the last election, then they'll be lost again.
We'll end here, but since you came a little later, we'll give you the floor for a little bit and we'll conclude there. What, according to you, should be the roadmap for the Congress for 2027?
See, I'll come to a few major initiatives that the Congress can do. One, taking up from where we have left at the Parliament election, where we have got now 9 and 4 lead in 13 constituencies in the entire state, and there are at least another 8 constituencies where the lead has hardly been around 1,000 votes plus. So the Congress immediately needs to work on these numbers and these statistics. But that's not all. The narrative has to be created. This is maybe for our backroom working, that we need to galvanize our party in terms of the numbers and work on the specifics that need to be brought out if the roadmap is to be created. But you look at the narrative that you need to set before the electorate. Now, my friend there has just now said about the environment. Serious challenges to the environment. We are not doing anything about it. Not even token moves are being made. The environment degradation has been happening like never before. That's one point. Second, on the other end of the spectrum, look at the corruption. Look at the corruption that is coming. The Panjim Smart City, there is a no white paper released of how many tenders, how many contractors, what were their timelines, what were their period of working, what was the amount put to tender, what was the description of the works, and nothing has happened. I have made a full, being an architect, I can give you in a nutshell but every day we only hear what assurance is. Instead, you please understand that you want to set something right, you have to accept where is the problem. Here we are not accepting where is the problem, and we are only passing the buck from. Ultimately, the Chief Minister is heading that Imagine Smart City. The least he can do is to accept the blame and say that from tomorrow I am going to set the thing right by seeing which are the thing, and bring the white paper in front of the people. It's the taxpayers' money. It's the people's money that is being virtually pushed down the drain. For what reason? Only commissions? You have that Shah Jahan monument. These are, I'm talking in the heart of Panjim where people can see. I'm not talking about many others which I can list and take time of your.
Right.
You see, there are 2 at the All India level, 2 small snippets that I have got on the Times of India. In Gujarat, officials accept bribes in EMIs to reduce the burden of the people. So much the corruption has reached the institutionalized level. This is from Gujarat. In Maharashtra, builders plan to meet Babus, see cut in the bribe rates. Now these are some Times of India, and these are not some sites. Some I can see the Times of India in both the cuttings. Now, where is this corruption? Because we said one part is how to get there. What are the shortfalls that we are having? This is the narrative before the people. Is corruption going to be just accepted as a way of life and get on with it, or is the public money is going to be checked? Then there are so many other issues besides the environment. We have got so many other, like unemployment. What happened to 2 crore jobs a year?
But you'll have to.
Where is the audit on that? Where are the statistics? Has the manufacturing industry been the footprint of the manufacturing industry increased? Because that's the largest per capita job generation that happens in terms of the statistics.
But these are narratives that you need to take to the people effectively.
That is why we are building up a database on that.
And the BJP needs to counter it. That's how it will work.
Not counter here.
No, I know,
the BJP is in power for the last 10 years. They need to bring out the narrative on the field and tell why they have failed. But the Honorable Finance Minister doesn't accept that there is unemployment in the country. So when you don't accept that there is a problem, where's the question of going to solve that problem?
Okay. Anyway, we need to end unless Rupeshwa wants to respond quickly, but otherwise we'll. Okay. So the idea is we thank all our panelists for giving their point of view. Of course, this is going to be an ongoing discussion. But after this election, I thought it was going to be important to kind of step back a little bit and look at all the various aspects that have led to an election which I feel was very, very different from a lot that we watched. Both the parties have different challenges. The BJP needs to keep his ground running. And the Congress has, of course, a huge challenge, but the advantage it has is, as both Tulio and Adrav said, that they are literally starting from scratch, and the only way they can go is go up. And I thank all of you, including Dhiren, who gave a lot of good inputs and insights, and we'll keep this conversation going. Thank you very much.